Oppo's Reno series smartphones are always known for their exceptional cameras, and they have launched their Reno 14 series, and what I have here is the Oppo Reno 14 5G. So keeping the cameras aside for a moment, what else do we get in this smartphone? Let's find out. Design wise, I don't know, this smartphone just looks so gorgeous. They call this the velvet glass design. Unlike the normal glass back smartphones, this one has a kind of a silky finish. With the light shining on the back, you can see a flower pattern that has different colors. Even the camera module has a frosted ice-like design. If you look all around the smartphone, you can see antenna bands, and if you see antenna bands on a smartphone frame, then please note it has a metallic frame. And this one has an aerospace grade aluminum frame. The back side is not a fingerprint magnet, and in the box you get a beautiful transparent case so that this pattern is visible. The smartphone is so thin, it's around 7.42 millimeters. Not just the smartphone, even the display bezels are very slim. It's around 1.6 millimeters. So based on the size of the smartphone, this has a big display around 6.59 inches. This has equal bezels on all sides. It's a 1.5K resolution OLED panel with 120Hz of LTPS display. It supports HDR10 Plus and has 3840Hz PWM dimming. It's a classic Oppo display with a brightness adequately fine for indoor use. It's around 600 nits of typical brightness, but if you go under direct sunlight, you get around 1200 nits of brightness, which is sufficient for readability. Well, the front glass is protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass 7i, and the build quality of the device is extremely good. This has IP66, IP68 and IP69 rating. So yes, you can use this smartphone to do underwater photography, and yes, the only part that is exposed to water is the charging port, and this time they have made a platinum coating on it to protect. The Reno series is purely a camera focused smartphone, but this time they have did a little bit tweaking on the performance as well. This has the MediaTek Dimensity 8350 chipset, a decently good processor with around 1.4 million Antutu scores. And what I felt great is that even during the Antutu test, the smartphone did not heat up. At max it went around just 33 or 34 degrees. So the thermal management on this smartphone is extremely good. They have a weird name for this, I'll just put it here. But anyways, because of this good thermal management, I even tried gaming on this. I played COD Mobile on the smartphone. It is locked to 60 FPS, but there was no issues, no stutter, no lag, nothing. And even for a camera centric smartphone, they have took attention to put a game panel in this. You get features like the AI game highlights, wherein you can capture few moments inside the game. You can take live screenshots. There is footstep sound booster in your FPV games, and also if you're opening games in public and you don't want that annoying startup sound, you have silent launch. And yes, so many other features you can get in the game panel. And even while heavy gaming, the battery drop was not significant. Yes, because in the small size you get a 6000 milliamperes of battery, can charge 100% in under 48 minutes because of its 80-watt super whoop charging. You get the charger in box. Apart from holding the bottom of the screen and doing a circle to search, you press and hold the power button, you get the Google Gemini. It has been integrated a lot within the Oppo app. But this runs in ColorOS 15, and you get few ColorOS exclusive AI features, such as swiping up on any screen. You get to save that in your AI mind space. Yeah, it's just the same. The screenshots get summarized. It knows the context. If you have an event coming up, it prompts you to add to a calendar, etc. Just comment below if you have seen this AI mind space somewhere else. But anyways, what I like next is the AI voice scribe. Basically, if you have app where you get to call or even do meetings like Google Meet, Teams, Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, you can record those things in your phone and get it transcribed or summarize or whatever you want natively. And it's not just that. If you do a normal call, you have the AI live translate, call summary features, etc. And they have also included the O+ Connect, which can be used to seamlessly transfer files from your Oppo phones to either Windows, Mac or iPhones. Yeah, so now the main deal, the cameras. You get a 50 megapixel triple hypertone cameras. Well, technically you have three 50 megapixel cameras, but all three are not on the back of the smartphone. The primary camera is a 50 megapixel Sony IMX882 sensor with optical image stabilization. It takes really good photos. The skin tones are nice. Have been reviewing Oppo phones from a long time, and especially Reno series, how it used to be. That has changed a lot because people had a perception that if you take a photo on Oppo phone, it's just going to make you whiter, brighter, but it's not true anymore. What you get is a good skin tone with a perfect balance of color and light. It's kind of a social media ready photos like you see in these samples. And even you get a 4K 60 FPS stable videos on the back. Next is a 3.5x 2x telephoto camera again with a 50 megapixel JN5 sensor. I'll put a few samples here. I like the edge detection, I like the bokeh, the light balance, the HDR, everything is good. And even you can zoom digitally up to 120x. And even with the telephoto camera, you can shoot stable 4K 60fps videos like you see. But the third camera is an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera. It has a OmniVision O8D sensor which comes with autofocus, and you can even take macro photos with it. But compared to the primary and telephoto camera, yes, the 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera struggles a little bit when you have harsh light coming from the back. But yeah, that's where you get the Oppo Reno 14 Pro, in which you have the same 50 megapixel camera. So if you like to do more ultra-wide shots, then 14 Pro would be a better choice, because in that you can even shoot 4K 60fps videos in ultra-wide. Now the front camera is a 50 megapixel, same JN5 sensor that you saw on the telephoto, and you can shoot very good selfie photos, and it is clear. You get autofocus and you can take 2x photos and even shoot 4K 60fps stable videos in the front camera, and it looks nice as you see in the sample. Unlike other smartphones, since it's a photography oriented smartphone, they have taken into attention even for the flash. If you see closely, you have triple flash. You have two main flashes for the primary camera and ultra-wide camera, and one dedicated flash for the telephoto camera. And the flash is very bright, and there are two modes. Either you have a flash mode or a fill light mode. In the flash mode, you take your photo and it looks like this. It's fine, it's visible. But if you're into telephotos, then the fill light mode actually makes your photos look good even at night. The portraits look so much good, so much softer even with the flashlight. And you get a lot of AI features in your Photos app. Like you have the AI Recompose to reframe your photos. You have a perfect shot, you have a unblur, AI eraser which uses generative fill, and the reflection remover that works great. And even you can use the AI Studio to transfer a style from a particular photo to your photo. The one which I have here is the 8GB RAM and 256GB variant, and this has an LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 3.1 storage, which is a significant upgrade from last year. The smartphone has a dual nano SIM tray. You can't put an SD card, but this does support eSIM. And at the top and the bottom you get two speakers. Yes, let's listen to the speaker sample. And yes, the speakers are loud, you get a decent bass, and I like the overall performance. On top, you have the IR blaster. The smartphone supports Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.4, but unfortunately, the Reno 14 does not have an NFC support, but the 14 Pro does have. In the bottom of the screen, you have an optical fingerprint scanner. It is fast, and the haptics on the smartphone is nice. It has an X-axis linear motor. It has been integrated so well inside the UI. And talking about the UI, you have the ColorOS 15, and it does come with a little bit of pre-installed apps and games, which you can set and uninstall, and you can disable the hot apps, hot games and notifications, and then you're good to go. But the UI is butter smooth. Even the parallel animations, the way app opens, closes, everything is so refined. And this is one area where Oppo and the ColorOS has excelled a lot in past few years. But yes, this is Oppo's premium smartphone, so you can expect this to have a little bit of a premium pricing. But even for that price, this smartphone is actually a well-built device, and you do get a lot of good offers when you go and get the smartphone through offline. But one thing I would recommend is just go, even if you're not buying the smartphone, go to your offline market and just take a look at this beautiful piece of art, is what I would like to call, because it's nice that few smartphone brands are still out there making interesting designs on the back of the smartphone which attract people. So there might be people who just buy the smartphone for the looks. I would not recommend that. I know the phone is beautiful, but yeah, you have to look at all the aspects, and if it's a right fit for you, definitely you can go get it.